about 10 minutes or so about leadership and some of the things that have worked for me to help me be successful in life. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys, and hopefully what I share with you guys translates into some helpful pieces of advice for all of you as you progress in your lives and ultimately your careers. The other reason it's special for me to be here is I graduated from Westminster High School in 1986. And so I'm alumni. And yeah, all right. And it's really cool for me to be back on campus. And I have been from time to time over the last years talking to students, and that's really special for me. I have been a member of the Westminster Police Department for 29 years. I have pretty much done every assignment within the police department that you can, with the exception of riding a motorcycle. That never really appealed to me, so I never really rode a motorcycle, but I've done pretty much everything else. Rose through the ranks from officer to sergeant to lieutenant and ultimately commander. Um, uh, um, And I currently live in this community. I live in the city. I've grown up in this community. I was an explorer for the Westminster Police Department for 6 years before I became an actual officer. So I know what it's like to kind of do a career preparation or a vocational sort of a program like you guys are doing here. You guys are all interested in various things associated with farming, right? Well, so really, to get into it, there are three main areas that I'd like to talk to you guys about that I've followed throughout the course of my life that has translated into success for me. Okay, the first one is competence. Who can tell me what competence is?
It's your understanding.
Okay, your understanding. What else? Competence in specifically in an area of expertise or a career. Competence. How do you guys think? What do you guys think that means? Anybody have any other ideas?
Education.
Good. So competence. When I talk to you guys about competence and being competent in what you're going to do in life, what I mean is be good at it. Be educated in it. Take the time to build an expertise in whatever it is that you are going to aspire to be. Okay? And so that takes some energy, that takes some focus, that takes time. And that's all part of what you're doing now in FFA, right? If it's not FFA, then whatever it might be sure to take the time to build an education and an expertise in whatever it is that you're going to do and be competent in that. That's recipe number one. Know how to do what you're going to do and know how to do it well. Be skilled in it. And again, that's what you guys are learning here about farming and about agriculture and about all the different facets of that. So important for you guys to be in this program. You're building that competence. Okay? That was what I did in starting with the explorers and then going to school and getting my education and then ultimately getting into the profession and continuing that competence. So very, very important. That's a huge element of success. The second element of success that has worked for me, that I know will work for you, character. What do you guys think I mean when I say character? We've talked about competence. Where do you guys think I'm going with character? Anything?
The actual internalized assets in which a person possesses, yes, right?
Okay, that's part of it. So what's a judge? What's a measure of a person that has a strong character? Anybody have any ideas?
Lead by example.
Excellent. Leading by example. Okay, that's part of it. What I always say, and what I teach the officers under my command, is I can judge a person's character by what they do, what they say, how they carry themselves when nobody's looking, or they don't think anybody's judging. Okay? What you do when you don't think that there might be any bad consequences, what you do when you might think that you might not get caught with something, what you do when you're alone says volumes about the type of character that you have. Character, I'm a firm believer, character is not something that you're necessarily born with, good character. Okay, I'm a firm believer that we as human beings, as we progress through our lives and careers, we build and learn and exercise how to have good character. And that directly relates to ethics and morals and values, which I know FFA teaches, right? Doing the right thing. Doing the right thing when nobody's watching. Doing the right thing all the time is a judge of someone's good character. Okay, that makes sense? And that is something that we all need to work on, and that is something that you can learn. How to be a person of good character. Okay? So for me, that has been also a very important element of my success, my character. Striving, that's not to say that we're ever going to be perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect. But you should always strive for that perfection in your character, doing the right thing, treating people with respect, being kind to one another, not cheating, not lying, not stealing. All of those sorts of things is what I'm talking about when I talk about character. Develop that within yourself, along with that competence that I told you about, and you are well on your way to a successful career, a successful family life, and a successful personal life. The last thing I'm going to talk to you about a little bit that intertwines all of that is about leadership. I've seen some examples of wonderful leadership here with your board. Is it? Am I correct?
The officer team.
The officers of your chapter. Yeah. Wonderful examples of leadership. All of you guys in here are leaders in one way, shape, or form in your life. You have family members who are younger than you, or other family members who look up to you, or whatever the case may be, other peers, other students that would look up to you, looking to you as a leader. And they're going to be looking at your competence. They're going to be looking at your character. And as a leader, and what has also worked in my life, is making sure that you represent that positive example as a leader that involves the attributes that we just talked about in regards to competence and character, right? So just real quick in closing my little presentation to you about what has helped me to be successful in my life, personally and professionally, and about leadership is, remember, and I'm specifically going to address this to your current leaders, and I'm specifically addressing it to those who will, no doubt in my mind, become future leaders, either within this organization or other places. Leadership is all about people. It's never just about process, or about paperwork, or about things that don't have anything to do with people. Leadership has everything to do with people. and the way you treat them as leaders, right? The way we reach out to others to help them, the examples that we lead. You guys have probably already experienced this, but one bad leader, a leader that doesn't care about people, that only cares about himself or herself, a leader that rules with a sledgehammer. All right? What I mean by that is a leader that is heavy-handed and mean and coarse when it doesn't call for that. Those sorts of leaders in our lives, and I can speak personally to this, and again, I'm sure you guys can too, those sorts of leaders in our lives can literally make us run away from a career or an opportunity, or make us completely unhappy. As leaders, don't ever do that. When you guys become leaders, no matter where that is, within your family or your career or whatever the case may be, always remember to be a kind, generous, helping leader, not an oppressive one. Okay? Always remember that. So those three things have been the recipe for success for me. Thank you for allowing me to share those things. I hope that helps you guys to have kind of a compass, a little bit more of a compass as you progress through your high school career, as you progress in FFA, and as you progress in whatever area of life you choose to progress in or to. I hope what I've said resonates within you. And if you have any questions, Jose can tell you how to get a hold of me. And we can certainly talk more about those three brief principles that I've identified in reflecting back on my career in life that have really helped me to be successful, and more importantly, it's helped others to be successful too, others who I've led. So again, thank you for having me. Thank you guys for what you do. And I'm so proud of you guys. So good job, wonderful leadership within this program, and keep it up. And if you see me around campus, around the city, make sure to stop and say hi. Okay?
Let's give Officer Panella a round of applause.